What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today I'm discussing William Bonac. We got a physique update from him at 10 weeks out of the Arnold Classic. Steve Kuclo, is he his best ever? 3 weeks out of that Texas Pro. Dorian Hamilton, HD Muscle Owner, 9 weeks out. 26-year-old Quinton Eriya, we got a physique update from him. And does Sergio Oliva Jr have shredded glutes at 10 weeks out? Plus Hunter Labrada and Roelly Winklaar, new pictures of them peeled 2 days out of that Chicago Pro where we're going to go head to head. So let's get straight into it, and we're going to start with Steve Kuclo, looking pretty damn impressive here in a gym physique update at 3 weeks out of that Texas Pro. We obviously saw him guest posing the other day. Looked pretty damn impressive. Looked like he still had a little bit to go in terms of just maybe that fluid, maybe a tiny bit of body fat as well. That was at 4 weeks out. But overall, I've got to say that Steve Kuclo, we haven't seen him on stage for a while now. I believe it was the Arnold Classic back in 2020. So it's going to be almost a year and a half since we've seen him on stage. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he actually brings to stage about Texas Pro. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Will he qualify for the Olympia? Because he has to pretty much win that show. And there might be other guys as well that are missing out on qualifications at the Chicago and also the Tampa, but are going to jump in that show as well. So it's going to be a stacked lineup. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, the owner of HD Muscle, also Pure Muscle and Fitness, Dorian Hamilton, posted up these photos 9 weeks out of his contest where he's making a comeback to the stage. He says he's 6 weeks into his prep so far, and looks like he's made some really good improvements in that 6 weeks as well. Right now, he looks just like a smaller pro bodybuilder. He's very balanced. He's got very nice shape. So I can't wait to actually see him step up on stage, and I assume he's probably going to continue to get better and grow into the show as well. But the amount of work this dude actually has on, that he's still able to actually, carve out the time to actually compete, I think it's awesome. He's really, I suppose, leading by example in this industry as well. And you don't see many supplement company owners actually doing this and competing while they're running, obviously, an extremely successful supplement company. So good luck to Dorian Hamilton there. Now, one of his athletes as well, Quinton Eriya, looking crazy. Not sure which show Quinton is doing, if he's competing in 2021 or not. But you can see here on his front double bicep, his arms look absolutely ridiculous. His waist is still super tiny. His legs are very, very round. I suppose for Quinton, what it is really is just a matter of just filling out more and more. But here he looks very, very impressive. If Quinton can find the combination between fullness and hardness and bring that to the stage at 26 years old. We saw what he did when he's 24, then obviously came back at 25, didn't quite nail it. He was sort of prepping all year in that 2020 COVID affected year. If he can nail that fullness and that conditioning at 26 or 27, he's going to be very, very impressive and very, very hard to beat in a lot of these smaller shows. And I think he will qualify for the Olympia, if not this year, then next year. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Quinton Eriya. Now, William Bonac, we got a physique update from him the other day, a few back shots. Now, he posted up this front shot as well. And standing by himself, William Bonac, his arms and delts are so big, it makes his chest look a little bit small in terms of, just proportionate wise. And also when he's not fully conditioned, his chest doesn't look near as impressive. The same thing happens to my friend who does the 212s, Aaron Pilates, as well. His chest in his off season is, non-existent by the looks of it, compared to what it is when he's actually pre-contest and he's actually in shape. So William Bonac, he just improves and improves the closer he gets to contest. And when you see his other photos and videos that he's posted up recently, like the bicep curl video where he looks absolutely enormous, you get to see the real size and how big he actually is. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Will William Bonac win the Arnold Classic in 2021 versus guys like Roelly Winklaar, Ian Valier, Nick Walker, a whole bunch of names in that show. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, Sergio Oliva Jr, does he have shredded glutes at 10 weeks out? He posted up this on his story. He says, can you imagine how ignorant you have to be to think a pro hasn't been working because they've been away? And says 10 weeks. And then below it says, because only my real fans watch my story. So I'm apparently a real fan. You can see he does have his glutes look like they're detailed this far out. His hamstrings look pretty damn lean. His back looks huge. So I think we're going to see a very good and probably an all-time best Sergio Oliva Jr at the Arnold Classic in 2021. And the fact that he's saying 10 weeks as well pretty much rules out that he's going to do any of these earlier shows as well. But he does look in pretty damn good shape for this far out as well. So maybe he jumps into Texas Pro in 3 or so weeks of time. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But I think that Sergio will probably wait off to that Arnold Classic. And who knows, if he can actually win the show, I don't think he will because of the quality of the lineup. If he can win that Arnold Classic, he will qualify for 2021 Mr Olympia as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below about that recent physique update. Now, Hunter Labrada, 2 days out of that Chicago Pro, looking inside out, peeled in these photos by Kyle Wurzel. Now he looks amazing. Now Kyle seems to take a lot of his professional photos, but he looks inside out here. It looks like the best condition that Hunter's ever been in as well. You can see him here with his training partner Brian Troy. Now he's actually put up a photo himself, it seems like at the exact same time, looking actually really damn impressive. He looks like he's made some really good gains to his own physique as well. Now, Brian is, you know, like Hunter's friend, sort of his second eye / coach sort of thing, and also his training partner as well. So he's obviously a big part of Hunter's, you know, team and success and everything like that. And he's actually building a really good team around himself, because obviously his dad, you know, finished as high as second in Mr Olympia back in the day, an expert poser, you know, was really, I suppose, a master and one of the best posers of all time. And then his partner as well, Liv Roth, recently competed as well in her first pro figure contest, where I think she beat at least half the lineup or so as well, and did really well and looked fantastic at only 23 years old. So we've got a super strong team there, almost like maybe it sounds rude to say, a light version of Chris Bumstead, Melissa Bumstead, and Ian Valier. But they haven't quite reached those levels yet, but they're amazing. And maybe they'll all be pro and competing in Olympia someday as well, so hopefully we get to see that. But let me know how you think Hunter is looking just 2 days out of that Chicago Pro. Now, moving on to the favourite for that Chicago Pro, it previously was Hunter. Now you'd have to say it's Roelly Winklaar, who's looking absolutely insane here. Posted up this photo, and we found some other photos as well, and he looks like he's in condition. You can see it in his face as well. You can see it in his arms, obviously, which is more important. And you can see it in this photo as well. Everyone's happy, smiling for the photo. Roelly is just not happy, not wanting to be there. But I think that's pretty much because he's probably insanely shredded and really feeling it at this point. And he posted up a few photos as well. Actually, Laureli Chapados actually posted up these photos with Roelly Winklaar, and she's actually competing in the bikini division of that Chicago Pro as well. So good luck to Laureli, who's looking awesome right now. It looks like she's going to be an all-time best and definitely an Olympia contender in 2021 as well. But let me know what you think about these updates from Roelly Winklaar. Do you think he beats Hunter Labrada at that Chicago Pro? Does Hunter Labrada have a chance, or will we see someone else actually come in and potentially win that Chicago Pro? I think it's between these two guys, but let me know what you think in the comments below. And I just need to add this in as well, guys, but Phil Heath posted up this photo while I was editing this video. I wanted to get it in here as well because he's looking amazing. Like, obviously it's not a full physique shot or anything like that, but he's turning, and you see the dude has lines all through his shoulders, looks pretty damn big and looks pretty damn lean. Now, is he 10 weeks out of that 2021 Mr Olympia or not? He has mentioned, obviously, on that London Real podcast that I featured in one of my bodybuilding news videos, that he's leaning towards not competing in 2021, but you never know. 10 weeks out, he's looking like this. It might not be that hard for Phil Heath to get in Olympia shape at this point. I mean, he maybe needs a little bit more size on his physique to be back at his Mr Olympia winning biggest, but looking pretty damn incredible, and it's interesting to see if he'll actually make a comeback to that stage. And he said he's enjoying the ride, is the caption in this photo as well. So let me know what you think in the comments below about that one. So I want to give a few shout outs before I wrap up this video. Shout out to Aussie Beef, also shout out to Ryan Z, and shout out to Booties on YouTube there for commenting on all my stuff. Really appreciate it. Especially to Ryan Z, who actually commented on my recent Wesley Visser's video that I did, where I discussed whether he's actually ripped off of that Portugal Pro. And he said, "This is the formula, bro. More of this, lots of this. Having them on screen makes it much better. The best style comparison video I've ever seen. Roll with it. Very quality." So if you do want to watch that video as well, I'll put a card at the top of the screen. I'll put the link in the description below as well. Also, shout out to this guy, swag21_IFB Pro. His name is Leland Devon Jr. He's competing this weekend in Chicago, and you can see by these recent physique updates, the dude is looking insane, and is definitely going to be a contender to get to that Mr Olympia in 2021. Just want to give a shout out because he tagged me in, so I assume he probably watches the channel. So shout out to you and best of luck this weekend. So if you guys like and appreciate this content, please give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding, including all my coverage of the Chicago Pro coming out this weekend, including a preview, a wrap-up, probably a prejudging wrap-up as well. So make sure you tune in and do subscribe. So that's it for me. For Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding, we are out.